Hi. Guess what? I'm sleepy. I'm very tired. Unusual, I know. Uh, yeah, spent most of the weekend in bed, sleeping, and not feeling particularly alert when I did wake up. So, there's that. How is everyone? Happy Monday. We have a puppy cam today, the Neko cam, yeah. And I've had my dinner and play some games. And that'll be it for a day, you know? That'll be an accomplishment, I think. Doing stream. I've almost forgotten to take my meds. I should take those. Maybe have a little break in a bit. But yeah, I hope everyone is or has had a tolerable Monday or is about to have a tolerable Monday. And same for the rest of the week. I don't have any particular plans, but I'm thinking maybe I need some time off work and just I'll sleep for an entire week and hopefully reset something within me. You're about to make it that much more tolerable. Ah, thank you, Stardrop Thistledown. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Well, let's go check out the game and outline my plan for gonna do. Save this already? I think I did, but let's give it another save just in case. So last stream, we basically genocided the goblins. I don't know how avatarly that was of us to do, but I mean, they were attacking and eating people, so there's that. Pardon me. I feel like I just need to clear my throat a bit. And yes, we found evidence of further traitorous crimes that Lord Marsten and Spektor have been deliberately sabotaging these excursions that the noble bears and the noble wolves have been going out on to increase their standing within the three factions of Monitor. And here he's even signed off stylizing himself as king of Monitor. So we'll confront them with that. One of these was Pomdagon's key, and another one was a key nearby that didn't open the treasure room, so I wonder if one of them is different. Either way, we'll sort that out later. We have a lot of gold on us, or monetary rather. And off stream, I've hauled us back to Monitor, as you can see. I've also dragged that pikeman who took offense at us stealing from the goblins. These two noble pikemen who were being chopped up into sausages. Dupre is now carrying a bag of assorted meats. And in here I've stashed some spare weapons. The Fire Doom stuff I think is out of charges now, but it's nice, it's pretty. We've got some chests here with some jewelry. Don't know if I can sell those or not, but we'll figure it out. Here's the old quest item and evidence chest. Wait, no, this is the other scrolls. That's the scrolls of what items we've been finding. Okay, so I actually want to keep that in my bag. And where then are the other items? I guess we've dumped them somewhere. It's fine. So yeah, we've kind of taken over Lydia's old quarters here because she's not using them anymore. Let's have another snooze. In how many hours shall we awaken thee, poggers? Let's have a good 8-hour nap. Pleasant dreams. Arise, poggers, 'tis time to continue the quest. Alright, we're sorted. And in terms of weapons and armor, Dupre has a combination of either the halberd or this magic axe. Magic axes are nice, but you do tend to keep losing them, because they're a thrown weapon, and sometimes they just kind of fall on the floor. Same with Iolo, although I think we do have enough bolts now that we could theoretically let him use the crossbow again. And Shimino actually has enough arrows to use the magic bow again, so that might be good. Alright, one other thing to do, we looted a lot of leather armor on our excursion to defeat the goblins. We could go, pardon me, cash all of that in. I've arranged it neatly here. We could do that, but Craig is not... Oh, there he is. Alright. I want to figure out, though, how much money we're going to get off of this. So, is there a possibility of just, like, restacking all of our monetary? No? Well, if we shove it in that bag, then I think... because we don't have an abacus yet. I think that's all of it. We'll see if he gives us some for in exchange for all of this leather armor, which I probably can't just hold at once. Yes, and the thing to remember is Iolo is wearing some, so we don't want to sell his shirt off his back. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Really? 5, 6. And 9. Put that on your back for a moment, would you, Shimino? 10, 11, 12. Right. That should net us a tidy profit. Hello again, knight. What supplies do you sell? I sell many things that a warrior would require while traveling outside the city. I also buy a few goods that I need. Dost thou wish to buy or sell? Sell. I buy a few leather items, knight. But my prices are set, I'm afraid. I will buy leather goods from thee if thou dost have any. Right. What wouldst thou care to sell, my lady? Leather armor? How many suits of leather armor wouldst thou care to part with? 12, please. Oh, right, it's got like... it's figured out that 13 is the number that we've got in total, so let's just sell one less than that. They are mouldy. Where didst thou dig these up? For thee, my lady, I can give thee 180 monetary for the 12 suits of leather armor. Take it or leave it. Yeah, that would be quite nice, thank you. Dost thou wish to sell more items? No. Goodbye. So did that actually sell the armor off of Dupre's, of Iolo's back? It did. So among us somewhere is a spare piece of leather armor. Really, we should just upgrade him to chainmail or something. Right then. So that's given us some more cash, has it? Yes? Oh, yes. 180 monetary. And let's see if I can stash the rest of this as well, because my inventory is kind of cluttered right now. But what I'm planning to do for this stream is to declutter it a little bit. We'll go up to the Inn of the Sleeping Bull, and we'll sell some of these gems, maybe even convert some cash around, and maybe look into doing the series of quests there where we try to sail a ship over to Moonshade, because Moonshade is where I ultimately want to go next. Let's see, but first we have traitors to reveal. What do you suppose we should do about that? Like, we could just go confront Lord Marsten and Spektor and be like, haha. But I feel like it might be better to go to someone like Shazana, who is in the Leopards, but is not in on this plot. So let's see if we can find her. She might be training this morning. And if not, we could go to Kaladin, leader of the Bears, or what's-his-face. Right, so Marsten is right there. Let's talk about him behind his back. I am not one to waste time with words. What is thy business with me, knight? Oh, okay. No option for it? There are few that match me. The secret is to be in control. A knight who doth lose his temper in battle is a defeated knight. The bears say that strength is the key. Well, I can strike before those over-muscled brutes can react. The wolves pride themselves on cunning. Fools! They cannot think fast past my blinding sword strikes. Since thou hast questioned my skill, I challenge thee to a match. Dost thou accept? Yeah, sure. Meet me on the list field at noon, and I shall teach thee to appreciate my skill with a blade. If thou dost not show, then I shall know thee for the coward thou art. Look, I'll show it at some point. Is this Kaladin? Oh, Stendarr the Armourer. We haven't actually met this guy yet. I am Stendarr the Armourer. What dost thou wish of me? Hey, check it out. I've got the Helm of Monitor. Thanks to thee for liberating the Helm of Monitor for the goblins. Thou hast truly earned the title of Champion Knight. Who is Brunt? Let me tell thee, when in the trade of blacksmith, one does develop his muscles. I am no weakling, I can assure thee. But this fellow Brunt, who didst accompany the sage Batlin through town, could probably hoist me with his weak arm. Not the brightest of fellows, mind thee, but strong as an ox. He bested me in the tournament, but not by skill, by sheer muscle. Alright, can I buy stuff from you? Return when my shop is open and we can talk business. Cool, I haven't even found your shop, so... Alright. What's your face? Brendan. So, we meet again, Poggers. This is a mistake. And thy tattoo makes thee even more desirable than before, my lady. No traitor. That must be the option that we can expose Marsten with. Welcome to the Wolf Command. 'Tis good to have thee as one of us, Poggers. Again, congratulations on receiving thy knighthood. He comes across as insecure. Oh, sorry, I must have missed that message when we were talking to Shazana. Check it out, I've got the Helm of Monitor. As thou hast won back the Helm of Monitor, thou art truly deserved of the title Champion Knight of Monitor. I salute thee. Cool. I know who the traitor is. Aha, I always knew that the buffoon Luther was the criminal. Those bears shall sing a different tune now. No, that's not. But dost thou have proof? We found evidence among the goblins, documents signed by the traitor. May I see? Here are the scrolls. But this is not what I expected. Lord Marsten, who is right over there, was the traitor, and that worm Spektor aided him. Death would be too kind for them. It seems that Marsten sought to spare Astrid's life, but he failed her even as he betrayed his manhood. Marsten sought to betray Bull Tower. We must act quickly to warn the tower. I thank thee for showing me these documents. Justice will be served. Thou mayest keep these documents if thou wishest. Do not worry. We shall arrest these vermin. Pikemen! Yes, Lord. Wow, he disappeared. So I guess I didn't get a chance to confront Marsten directly? What do you think about this? No conversation options. Have you found the trader yet? So we meet again, poggers. Nothing as a conversation option. I wonder what would have happened if we'd confronted Marsten about it then. Well, a bit late for that. Can we find Kaladin anywhere? Anyone here in the Hall of Monitor? Nope. Oh, this door is unlocked now, though. Oh, but the chests aren't. Can we pick the locks? We can. Yes, let's loot the treasury of Monitor, since it was obtained, you know, by evil people doing evil things. It's absolutely avatarly that we are allowed to loot all of this money now for our own good purposes. It's better that the money is in our hands, really. Oh, gold nuggets. We can sell those later when we go up to Sleeping Bull. More gold nuggets for you. Nuggets. Fantastic. Him. Oh my goodness! Everyone! I just discovered that Spektor the traitor had looted the town coffers. He's taken all the gold and gave it to the goblins. So are they in jail now? Ah, they're in jail now. Nice. Also, I thought that this is the jail cell that you spawn in if you do crimes here. Was I mistaken? Was it this one? Ah, yes, it must be that one, because that is a wall. If you see the difference, this is a wall, this is a wall, but that there is a wall. So, Spektor, what do you have to say for yourself? Stealing all that gold from the good people of town. Very well, I have been found out. There is no point denying my guilt any longer. It was I who stole the money from the treasury. He confesses. I was in league with Lord Marsten, who schemed to become king of Monitor. The bears and wolves would have been powerless. Cantra's father stumbled into our secret cave, so he had to be killed. Ah, secret cave, you say. If the secret of the explosive weapons had been revealed, Marsten would have killed me. Bye. Go in courage. What? Didst thou come to ask me why I did betray my city? Ha! Any idiot can see the reason. With the current emotional and spiritual state of the city, the goblins are certain to win this war against us. The foolish bears and the cowardly wolves are weakening us. They needed to be turned against each other, so that the Leopard Command could assume their rightful leadership of Monitor. I had even devised a secret weapon to defend the city without the bears or wolves. The the Bear Command would have hibernated safe within the walls of the city, and would never have seen the danger until the goblin hordes were climbing over our walls. The Wolf Command would have never remained here this long. They would have pulled up their stakes and gone roaming the day we had to fight to keep this place. Once on the run, they would have been cut down like dogs. And a secret weapon, you say? I had learned of a weapon, unlike any that have ever been seen in this world. A substance that could change the face of war forever. The substance I would have used is well hidden, and thou shalt never find it. Ha! Cool. Good day. Certainly. Now, the key, I thought was the right one to use. I thought that comes off of Marsten, like maybe off of his dead body. But he's quite safe in jail, so it seems to me that there's no way he would end up being killed. Where's the entrance? Here we are. Still, we can try these out now. One of these was Pomdegone's. No. The other was also in the goblin area. No. And we had another one. That's ribs. Where's your bag? Right. So we don't have access to that possibly yet. I don't remember. Like, at what point do we gain access to that room? Anyway, let's see what we could do next, because we've got a bunch more coin, is again, we need to sort out this inventory of ours. Oh, sure, an echo. When it's messy, it's our inventory. There we go. That's a bit better. I guess we can put these documents away now that we don't need them. Them as our little trophies. Bork. Hello, dog. Right, here we go. Old quest items and such. Incriminating document 1. And incriminating document 2. Nice. I feel like I need to get a second bag just to sort this all out. But no worries. We've got that sorted. Let's get a little bit more gold by cremating the honored dead and this asshole. Can I hold both of them? Too heavy. I can't even hold one of them. Let's see. Can leave some of this stuff here. Alright, everyone, grab a body. Or two. Gotta clean up our house. Ooh, more jewelry. Let's stash that in there. And we did want another bag for reasons. Too heavy. Fine. We'll make 2 trips. Fine. It's not that far to the crematorium. That's odd, there's no music at the moment. There should be a few music triggers that I can step on and trigger some ambience. Here we go. Let's see. Greetings! Oh, what? It was Dilligan, yes. I have bodies. What? Why, I am the Undertaker of Monitor. Didst thou not know that? I thought everyone knew that. Do not forget, knight, that one day I shall cremate thee. I have a body. Dost thou carry a pikeman's body for cremation? Yes. Place them one at a time on the trapdoor on the top of the cremator. I will pay thee after each one receives the final rites. Bye. What? Oh, goodbye. So this one was the male pikeman we found being chopped up by the goblins. Give me payment. For thy service to Monitor and the community of knights, I shall pay thee for thy trouble. I thank thee for cremating that once proud warrior. Bye. What? Oh, goodbye. Ka-ching. Who else had one? So this was the female pikeman that we found at the goblins. Pull the lever again. Watch out, Dupre, you don't want to stand there. You almost got cremated there. That would be terrible. Oh, it is thee again. Payment. For thy service to Monitor and the community knights, I shall pay thee for thy trouble. I thank thee for cremating the once proud warrior. Bye. What? Oh, goodbye. Another 100 ka-ching. So far we don't actually have a lot that we want to spend money on, but by the time we get to Moonshade, everything will cost money, so let's get as much as we can. Plus there is training to be done. After all that adventure with the goblins, we've got 6 training points for Poggers, for Dupre, for Shimino, and for Yellow. Training all round is necessary, I think. So maybe we'll do that before we even go up to Sleeping Bull. Okay, let's clean this up. So I'll hold on to this traitorous pikeman. That's weird. I was able to hold... Oh, of course, I'm carrying more cash. Let's stick the coins in here for the moment. Probably that weighs quite a bit. Here we go. There's the traitorous one. And Dupre, you were strong enough. You can carry Lydia. We can't get any cash for Lydia's body, but we may as well cremate her. And put her next to Schmed. Two can be together in death. In fact, let's do... Can you do a 2 for 1? Maybe not. Just cremate all of my enemies. Here's the traitorous one. I think getting 100 monetary out of that guy is fair compensation for him attacking us. Money. Payment. Oh, service, proud warrior. Bye. Ching. Alright. So that should pay for a fair bit of training. What time is it? Noon. I think that's Luther, who does strength training, which is really nice. I want strength. Let's save first, though. Alright, let's get some training. Aye, what a fine-looking warrior. How may I be of service to thee? I wish to train. Which of you just wish to train? Poggers. With whom dost thou wish to train? Luther? Sorry, but Luther is not around. He's usually here between 9 AM and noon. Ah, we just missed him. Thou mightest return then. With whom dost thou wish to train? Well, I could still train with some of the others. I'm sure there's probably an optimal way to get trained, but we don't care too much. We're going to be exploiting things later on anyway. I think Shazana is on the field. Training costs 50 monetary, all right? Yes. Oh, Shazana, this here warrior wants to train with ye. I will train thee now. What weapon dost thou favour? Oh, I forgot it's going to strip me of my gear. Give me a battle axe this time. Thou knowest thy weapons well. Sweet is the sight of a battle axe swinging in the pitch of battle. Lovely is the sound of bone crunching under its mighty arc. All right, if thou'lt follow me then. Best of luck. She shot me. She shot me with an arrow. Attack. Oh, right. Combat. Combat mode. Getting my ass handed to me. There. Attack. Thou hast been beaten by my blade. Remember this day and learn. Okay, okay. Very good, he says as he returns your equipment. Yolo and Shamino have teleported to the wrong side there. I wonder if I can exploit that. No, I think they leave the party as soon as they do the combat stuff. Yeah, see, I don't want to be holding my bedroll there. And this bag is my other stuff bag, which should be in the backpack. And, oh right, I left my shield and my sword at home. Okay, everything else seems to be in order, so that's fine. How are our stats looking like? We've lost 2 training points, but we should have gained in combat and dexterity that Shazana does? I think it is. I had a list open somewhere. But it's I have no idea where it is. But what we could do is we could train the other 2 up, or the others up, because we definitely want more dexterity for the ranged fighters. Let me kind of sort out your inventories first, though. Dupre has a dexterity of 20, so that's fine. He's got an intelligence of 13. Oh, the poor dude. Looked outside the window there. Careful. Shamino, we're using for ranged, and we definitely want more dex for you. And same really for Yolo. Oh, Yolo has a dex of 24. That's not bad. Pardon me. So yeah, let's get some more training. Put a mute. Okay, I'm fine. More training for these peoples. I think we're going to be okay with the inventory juggling, but let's just, yeah, we saved first. Let's train. Yellow can train. Train with Shazana? Yes, let's do it. Well, funnily enough, he's not allowed to use a ranged weapon while training, despite the fact that he's specifically training for more dexterity and ranged stuff. So he's going to suck at this, but okay. Let's give him a battle axe. And check this out. Feature of Serpent Isle. We can follow Iolo's battle instead of the camera being locked to the avatar at all times. Yeah, you suck, Iolo. Yep, you got your inventory rearranged. Lovely. But did you learn anything? Combat went up nicely. Dexterity went up a little bit. Let's do that again. Sorry, but I cannot help thee until I return to my desk. All the paperwork that I have to fill out is there. Does the stat that you advance depend purely on the trainer? So you can raise dexterity with a battle axe? Yeah, that's how it works, Stardrop. Each of the different trainers does a different balance of stats. So Luther, who I wanted to train with, who is not available at this time of day, he takes 3 training points and he puts 3 training points into strength. Shazana and the other guy, Brendan, they're available at noon, I think, and do a balance of dexterity and combat skill. And then Kaladin, I think, does a balance of strength and combat, I think. Yep, go on, sit down. There. Let's train Iolo up again with Shazana. Yes. Weapon. Let's pick something different. Oh, I thought the wolves might do intelligence because everybody keeps talking about their cunning. No, unfortunately, there's no intelligence training except for mages. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, only the avatar needs intelligence because that's the stat that gives you mana for casting. So the rest of the 3 companions are fated to remain as dumb as they are. Let's give him a mace. Squeamish at the sight of blood, are ya? The morning star is the true warrior's mace. All right, if thou'lt follow me then. Up to it, Iolo. Pray for mercy. Thou hast been beaten by my blade. Remember this day and learn. And she gets an extra stab in. Very good, he says as he returns your equipment. So now, Iolo has 28 dexterity, nearly at the cap, and 26 combat. Lovely. What else can we do? 1:30 p.m. So I want to try giving Dupre some training with the other guy. So let's see, he's got 20. I'll put it in chat. So let's get Dupre to train with the other guy and double check. Yeah, get away. Haven't lost any items, have we? No, we're good. Let's train Brendan? Sorry, but Brendan is not around. He's usually here between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Thou might just return then. With whom dost thou wish to train? Okay, Kaladin? Sorry, but Kaladin is not around. He's usually in here between 9 a.m. and noon. Thou might just return then. Okay, so it's 9 a.m. and noon that we get a choice between Kaladin or Luther. Luther isn't around? No. Okay, never mind. I want to have Dupre as a melee kind of guy, so No, they're wasting my time. Yeah, I want to change who I'm training. Let's train up Shimino with Shazana. Yes. Oh, Shazana, this here warrior wants to train with thee. I will train thee now. What weapon? How about a Morningstar then? A respectable weapon, that is. Leaves quite a mess, though. All right, if thou'lt follow me, then. Give him hell, Shimino. Damn thee! Thou hast been beaten by my blade. Remember this day and learn. So Shimino now has 25 dex and 23 combat. Pretty respectable. Ultimately, I will want to train lots of them with Luther, or we could go Serpent's, the Silver Seed quest line, and do that whole thing. Yes. Let's train Shimino. And for those of us who know what the plot of Serpent ends up going in, I do wonder if those other three characters we bump into are going to have equivalent stats to Iolo, Shimino, and Dupre, and like if training them up now is actually making things harder for me later on in the game. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? So you can train with, yes, and how about, I don't know, a hammer? A fine weapon a warhammer is. There's nothing quite like the feeling of whacking someone with a mallet. All right, if thou'lt follow me then. Been beaten by my blade. Alright, so I think what I'll do is we'll wait the requisite amount of time for Luther to show up. Not Luther. Brendan. And then we'll train Dupre. And then maybe I'll give myself some strength training. Could train up Dupre in strength as well, honestly. We'll see. But how is Shimino looking now? No training points. 27 dexterity, 26 combat. That's not bad. And they keep taking the bag out of their backpack and holding it in their hand. Why? Let's see. So what time is it? It's 2 p.m. We just need to kill time for an hour and come back later. I don't know, let's hang out in our old feast hall. Is there any more food that we didn't snatch last time? Probably don't need all this food, but it's a habit that's hard to break. I mean, actually, in terms of light sources, maybe we should steal these lit candelabrums and use those when our torches inevitably fail us. And there doesn't seem to be any food here, unless we want to bake it ourselves. Let's see. I'll put these two keys in here because I'm pretty sure we don't need them now. And I guess the same with this weird blue and red key, but who knows. And I don't suppose it's possible for me to hold 2 bags. Oh, it is. That's something they fixed. Because I'd like to keep the cash separate from, like, the quest items and things. Greetings, hope you're doing well. Hi, Modi Mystery, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm quite tired, but that's, like, you know, normal for me. Dash these lockpicks. Yeah, I feel like we want a bag that's just for, like, all the gold jewels. Although we can clean this out in a bit once we go visit Sleeping Bull. Glad to see someone is doing much better at inventory management than I. Oh, I don't know. It's a bit of a mess. I'm trying to tidy up right now. Oops, what's this? It's not the most thrilling content, but I do want to just clean it up a slight amount so it doesn't take forever to find quest items and whatnot. And we did just come across a very large amount of treasure that we would like to possibly consolidate into just gold. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, that's fine. What time is it now? 2:37 p.m. We're just going to wait around until we get to 3 o'clock and we'll get Dupre trained up. So I've got some spare weapons here, Moody. I've got some spare gold and things there. Quest items, spare food. Let's boast to everyone about our new Helm of Monitor. Hey Lucilla, check it out. Hello again. What do you think about Spektor being an evil bastard? Now that Spektor has been arrested for his crimes, I wonder what I shall do with this key that he gave me for safekeeping. You should give it to me. Perhaps I shall give it to thee. Since thou hast determined all of what has been happening, perhaps thou wilt be able to put it to good use. Nice. That solves that mystery. We know where this key goes. Where is that illusionary wall? Here? Yeah. Alright, so this door. That key. Nice. Shimeno, if you could light up one of those candelabrums, please. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yes, okay, so they had a lot of kegs of black powder. Just put those aside for now. I'm sure the Avatar could find a use for those later. Nice avatarly use for high explosives. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 kegs, wow. And there's a pikeman's body who I assume stumbled upon their stuff. Oh, it's Cantra's father, right. I love thee, father. I hope thou dost kill more than thy share of goblins. Come home soon, Cantra. Yolo, sorry, Dupre, if you could let go of that food that we just looted. And pick up Hana's husband. Maybe we can return his body to her. And I shall begin looting. Now, the game wouldn't be so cruel as to trap these chests, would it? Trap these chests right next to these barrels of gunpowder. It's funny that Marsten acted like gunpowder was this new discovery. I mean, come on. But I guess they're a bit behind the times compared to the fine folk of Britannia. Treasure, don't mind if I do. Which one's my treasure bag? More treasure, yep. Be hanging on to that. Yet more treasure. And treasure. Excellent. So this must be all of the extra treasure that Spektor stole from Monitor, like Monitor's coffers. I find it astounding that a tiny gem will not fit in that bag. Alright, I'll be back for those, because I'm sure there's some situations in the game where a bit of forethought, like a bit of foreknowledge of certain events, would let us set up a gunpowder trap. Done. Oh, Harna, I have a discovery. You know how you're mourning your lost child? Well, I've found your lost husband. How may I help thee now? Dost thou have need of healing, or dost thou wish to buy my vegetables? I found a scroll on this body. A scroll? What dost thou mean? One of the rare situations where the Avatar just speaks out a whole bunch of stuff rather than her usual one-word sentences. I found a scroll, obviously written by Kantra, upon the body of a slain pikeman. 'Twas thine husband, I fear. He was betrayed. I thank thee, my lady, for solving the mystery of mine husband's disappearance. Are there any RPG inventories that have a search bar? Interesting question, Sonneveld. I'm sure that some of them get convoluted enough that they need one. I can't guarantee it, but I feel like Divinity Original Sin 2 had such a feature. Certainly there were like categories I think you could set, if not full text search. How are you doing, Sonneveld? 'Tis better to know what truly happened than to be left knowing nothing. Oh, I haven't played anything that modern. Well, if you do, Divinity Original Sin 2 absolutely kicks ass. It's great. I'm good. Hello. Hello. I'm tired. I have grieved for mine husband, and I shed tears not for him, but for myself and the waste that all hath become. Uh-huh. So, any more clues about your missing daughter? Dost thou believe in magic? Well, there's not much to believe, lady. It's real in this universe. That is good, for what I have to show thee would befuddle the minds of most of this town's inhabitants. Go to mine home. There thou shalt find a crystal ball. Gaze into it, and let thy mind be clear. The crystal! I never heard of that, but they definitely should. In my head, this woman is always played by Susan Sarandon. I am unfortunately unfamiliar with this person. But, yes, that crystal ball that she had earlier, which just showed us a generic star field, will now show us Kantra. Help! Leave me alone! I'm only a little girl. Never! Leave me alone, mage. I am but a little girl. I know what thou art, bane of chaos. That body is but a shell that thou dost wear. I can escape thee. My powers dwarf thine. Thy powers have dwindled due to thine imprisonment. Thou art no match for me now. Pew, pew, oof, ow, ya. Take that. Have at ye. Damn thee. Vultures will pick thy bones. As thou hast now seen, the peril that faces Kantra doth go beyond merely being taken by the goblins. Some foul thing doth possess her. Or maybe the woman who played Omar Desala in Stargate. Oh, yeah. I have a vague recollection. The worst the goblins could do would be to kill her and destroy her body. This new uncertain danger is nothing less than a threat to her spirit, the very essence of her being. I implore thee, please find her and rescue her. It is certain to be a perilous undertaking, and I cannot blame thee if thou wouldst refuse the pleas of a simple woman. But none of the other knights believe in the visions of the crystal ball. They believe that Kantra has been taken away by the goblins and that she is already dead. Thou art mine only hope. Will that please find my daughter Kantra and return her to me? I guess. It's okay if I bring her back dead, right? Oh, I thank thee from the bottom of mine heart for thy kindness and thy bravery. To find Kantra, thou wilt need two things. The first of these is Kantra's practice sword. I can give that to thee now. This is the very same practice sword that Kantra used every day. Now that thou hast my daughter's sword, thou should find one of the legendary hounds of Doskar. They will be able to sniff Kantra's essence from the sword and then track her to anywhere in the Serpent Isle. The only dilemma thou dost face now is to find one of the hounds of Doskar. I do not know where one may be found, but I foresee that thou must find the hound before thou canst rescue my daughter. Alrighty. Plus, if you showed them the crystal ball, they'd burn you as a witch. I guess. I mean, they know that magic exists. They know that, like, Moonshade is the city of magicians and wizards and what have you. But they did lock Aeolo up for appearing in the center of town magically. So I guess they are a bit of a suspicious lot. What's this prophecy then? Thou shalt need 3 ancient and powerful artifacts to complete thy tasks. One of these is a helm. It seems very familiar to me. But of course, it is the Helm of Monitor, which thou didst recover from the goblins. Hey, one down. Thou shalt yet need that artifact in thy journeys. Understood. Hold on to the helm. Thy quest shall be long and difficult. Many are the adventures that thou must undertake. Seemingly unconnected events shall prosper thee in thy seeking of my lost daughter. Thy travels shall take thee north, far north through caves that lie to the west. I can feel the cold wind blowing upon thee. I see no more. Alright, bye. So we can go back to Hana occasionally and get more clues about what to do next. And hey, we've got this cool practice sword now. Which I don't think is actually particularly useful as a weapon. Does it weigh much? Doesn't seem to weigh too much. What is the time now? Oh, it is 4:18 p.m. Let's go back to the list field and see if we can catch what's his face. Alright, so Dupre, 22, 20, 13, 18. Let's get Dupre trained up. My, what a fine-looking warrior. How am I to be of service to thee? Actually, just a second. Maybe when thou dost feel more brave, then. Dupre is still carrying the body of Hana's husband. That might interfere with the whole removal of inventory and reassertion of inventory that the game does. I wouldn't want things to break there. In fact, let's save. Okay. Right then, let's get you trained up, Dupre. Training. Dupre. Brendan is, I think, available now. Training costs 50 monetary. All right. Yes. Oh, Brendan, this here warrior wants to train with ye. I will train thee now. What weapon dost thou favour? Let's give Dupre a battle axe. Follow me then. Destroy him, Dupre. To the death? No, no, it's training, Dupre. Not to the death. Thou made a good showing, but fell to my superior skill in the end. With more experience, thou wilt make a fine warrior. Are you winning, son? Hey, Mr. Sinks, welcome on in. We are not winning, but the battle is more about learning how to increase our skills than actually defeating these guys. And later you can actually defeat them once you've got your stats up high enough. Very good, he says as he returns your equipment. So, Dupre, what did you learn? For starters, we've learned that he can put his halberd in his backpack. Progressing to winning. Yes, we are progressing. So we've got the same strength. We've gone 1 up with the dexterity. His intelligence is still stuck at 13, unfortunately. But we've gone up 3 points in combat. And this is weird, because combat skill is actually kind of derived from dexterity, but also kind of not. So that's good, because combat skill determines whether you hit something or not. And I think we could go another one to get 22 dexterity and possibly even much higher combat skill. Let's do that. Come on, pikeman, sit down again. Go back to your post. I have to move this body out of the way? Oh, come on, pikeman. He won't talk to us unless he's back sitting at his desk here. Let's run away and come back. Here we go. Here we go. Want to train. Dupre wants to train with Brendan. Training costs 50 monetary. All right. Yes. Oi, Brendan, I will train thee now. What weapon dost thou favour? Battle axe. Knowest thy weapons now. Sweet is the sound. All right. Go! To the death! Some training. Take this. Arg! Look at all the blood. Thou made a good showing, but fell to my superior skill in the end. With more experience, thou wilt make a fine warrior. Alright, so now 22 dex and 24 combat skill. Much better than the 18 he started on. But we're out of points for Dupre now. In fact, the only one that we've got points for that we haven't spent is Poggers, the avatar. And I really want that strength training, so I can actually hold items. So what we can do is, we'll just pass the time. We can cremate Kantra's dad, if I can pick him up. Dupre, you strong enough? Yeah. He still counts as a pikeman. It's fallen in battle. We can cremate him and get another 100 gold, or monetary. Yeah, okay, just put it on the floor, that table, some. The floor, it's fine. Oh, interesting. It doesn't let you cremate the items that they had on the person, just in case you've got a important quest item there. Alright, you know what? I'll just deliver that back to Kantra. And can I be paid, please? Greetings, sir. Oh, 'tis thee again. Payment. For thy service to Monitor and the community of knights, I shall pay thee for thy trouble. I thank thee for cremating that once proud warrior. Okay, bye. There you go. And there I go. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to sleep the rest of the day away. And get up tomorrow morning and get myself trained. And then we can go off to the Sleeping Bull Inn to get some of that treasure cashed in. And we can start Sleeping Bull quest lines. Sounds good. In how many hours shall we awaken thee, Poggers? Like 12 at least. Pleasant dreams. Arise, Poggers. It is time to continue the quest. What time is it? 6 AM. Ow, we're starving. Okay, okay. Famished. Yep, okay. Eating food now. Starving to death is an actual thing that can happen in this game. Just curious, how much are you into sports? Not even slightly, Moody Mystery. So it's 6 AM, we need to wait 3 hours until Luther's on the list field. Let's just go back to bed. How many while shall we awaken thee? 3. Those dreams. Rise, Poggers. Alright, does anyone else need more food? No, we're good. Wait a minute, Iolo, didn't you have a buckler before? Well, you could hold it. Oh, and you've got that extra magic sling, don't you? But it seems that you choose the blowgun usually, so let's just dump that in there for now. Alright, Listfield. We should get some training from Luther. And I still don't know how to trigger the interaction where he boasts about his new shield. He definitely has the new shield, because Dupre has his old shield. My, what a fine-looking warrior. How may I be of service to thee? I want to train. Which of you dost thou wish to train? I do. With whom dost thou wish to train? Luther. Training costs 50 monetary, all right? Yes. Oh, Luther, this here warrior wants to train with ye. I will train thee now. And dost thou favour? Give me an axe, I guess. Swing, all right. Now remember, Neko, use C to turn combat on. This is all we get? Okay. Oh wait, that's Luther. Yeah, don't attack the wrong person. Thou hast been beaten, as was expected. I think someone else needs to mention the shield to you. Yeah, because he's not going to mention it himself. We've talked to him. Maybe one of the people you can ask about the items. Oh yeah, because we've talked to Lucilla. Oh, that's right. And we thank you, Stardrop. We had previously talked to Harna, but we weren't a knight, so she was like, "Oh, you know, get out of my face, you non-knight person." But now we should be able to have a good talk about missing items. Though thou art insignificant, try to remember the lessons I have taught thee this day. And he does an extra swing, just... Yeah, for some reason the game likes divesting me of the bags that I have inside the main backpack. Quest items... We can actually stash Cantra's sword for a while. Yeah, it doesn't weigh an entire stone, but it does weigh something. Anyway, we've got trained, so our strength is now 24 instead of 21. That's much nicer because we can carry more stuff. Let's see. So, quest things... I mean, those are for old quest items, but I'll hopefully remember that Cantra's sword is in here. And what else can we ditch to save on a bit of weight? We don't need to carry our entire stash of money around with us all over the place. Got it. Prey has 2 items and some food. Mino has bow and torches and 2-handed sword. Yola has all of these gold nuggets, a crossbow, a magic axe, blowgun. Yeah, you're set. And more food. Probably we're set for food. So yeah, let's talk to Harna again before we leave for the sleeping pool. Hey there. No, I don't want to buy your vegetables. I want information. These strange objects. So we acquired about the Lost Ring before, and we got sent to Lucilla. This breastplate I'm wearing. Thou shouldst ask Stendar, the armourer, about that. Cool, we'll do that. This plain shield of Monitor. That shield could belong to anyone in this town. Green and white are the colours of Monitor and its warriors. Thou shouldst inquire if anyone is missing a shield. The urn we kind of figured out already. It sounds like the object thou art describing may be a funeral urn. I wonder, Kaladin has been angry because the ashes of his grandfather were missing. Perhaps that is what that urn contains. Yeah, we returned that one already. This pumice stone. This type of rock is not common around here. Now, if thou didst speak with Craig, perhaps he could help thee. He is fond of long walks, and sometimes he discovers odd rocks and plants. He brings me mandrake roots sometimes. How? They only grow up in Monk Isle. How do you get an urn? You need to earn it. Joke. Thank you, Moody Mystery. I feel like I need some sort of content warning to display. There we go. You did say long walks. Yeah, maybe all the way to Munkal somehow. Anyway, what about this completely normal pine cone? Can you tell me what it is? It is a pine cone. They are not normally found anywhere near here. They come from pine trees in the great forests to the north. Okay. What about this bottle of wine? I know of no one that could help thee with this. I know nothing of beverages. Perhaps Lucilla knows something. Some pink slippers? Surely these belong to no one in this city. Craig, the provisioner, might know who would sell something like these slippers. Strange bone hairbrush? Do not bring that thing near me. If thou dost die to know its nature, ask of Templar. But never bring that object here again. Yeah, I think it might have been from the Goblin settlement. I'm not entirely sure what it got swapped with, though. Fur cap. Celia here in town is a tanner and a furrier. This hat looks like it could be her work. Hope you're remembering this or writing this down. I remember. And it, you know, we're gonna encounter these objects when we encounter them, and not before. That strange apparatus does look like nothing I have ever seen before. Could it be some kind of statue, or mayhaps a magical implement? Thorn is known for its statuary, while Moonshade is the city of mages. Perhaps thou should inquire there. Yes. This glowing rock? This glowing rock must have come from some strange and natural place. I have never seen such a rock in any sort of place near here. I sense that it doth have unusual powers, incredible energies, hidden abilities. Blue egg. It appears to be an egg from some kind of bird. The shell appears to be thick, yet it is not exceedingly hard. The shell seems to be intended to protect the baby bird from the cold. I would surmise that this egg came from a bird that lives in the north. Cool. Nope. And bite. Alright, so we have a few people in town we can catch up with. Stendar is here. What dost thou wish of me, knight? Strange breastplate. I recognize this. This is the ornamental breastplate that I made for Clistia. Kylista? Kylista. Priestess of Fawn. Okay, so now we've got a clue for that. Check out my fancy Helm of Monitor. Thanks to thee for liberating the Helm of Monitor from the goblins. Thou hast truly earned the title of Champion Knight. Callista. Yeah, maybe. What do you think about Marsten? Before he was arrested, I worked for Marsten. He was, after all, acting Lord of Monitor. I created a new type of weapon for him. A highly combustible powder that exploded when it came into contact with fire. Thou shouldst keep thy eye open for it. It would be a disaster if it ever fell into the hands of the goblins. Cool. Bye. Is anyone home? No. We could go see Lucilla about the beverage. Hello again. That's interesting. We only have Lost Ring as a conversation option. What are your duties? I run the Slashing Sword, the best pub in Monitor. Thou mightest think that cooking is not a very knightly activity, but I assure thee, feeding the warriors in this town is indeed a quest of courage. If thou dost want anything to eat or drink, thou hast merely to say so, my lady. Cooking? If I do say so myself, I am a master of cooking poultry. Or as they say, if I cannot succeed in the bedroom, I might as well try in the kitchen. Homely women make good cooks, they say. Do they? If you say so. How about this quest of courage, then? Thou knowest, the quest's to prove that thou art fit to bear thy knighthood, like when thou didst retrieve the Helm of Monitor from that vile Pomdegern. the slashing sword? It is a pub that has been handed down generation to generation, originating with my great-grandfather. Although it is a wonderful place to have a meal, most of the men in town come by to court me. That must be terrible. Men, right? Dost thou not know that men are scum, yet we cannot leave them alone? Wouldst thou like to know more about the men of Monitor? Yeah, sure. Goss. Avoid Brendan. He sees women as trophies to be won and then set on a shelf. He is shallow and insincere. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. Templar is very attractive, I think, but Kaladin is a brute and Luther is a clod. All right. Tell me about your great-grandfather. He was not only the founder of the pub, but he was a champion knight of Monitor. He wore the helm of Monitor for several years before he was bested in a tournament. You can do that. You can just lose it in a tournament. All the knights think about is fighting. And who do they fight? The goblins? No. They prefer to spar with one another at the list field. Luther is the worst. Oh, how I hate him. Tell me about Luther. What a buffoon. He thinks every woman in this town wants him, but I find him repulsive. To prove his prowess, he torments the weakest knights and challenges them to meet on the list field. And when they lose, which they must, since Luther is a powerful brute, he gloats over them. They say that new shield of his doth have special powers, so that now he is truly invincible. Well, I say if it is magical, then force him not to use it. Monitorians do not use magic weapons or armor. But no one can tell Luther anything. Cool, bye. Magic shield, you say? Is he on the list field now? Templar, Paladin, Luther, yeah. Can we actually talk to him down here? Probably not. No. Well, now we'll know how to bring it up later. I'm looking through Serpent Isle's armor values, and magic boots seem to be inferior to the slippers. Same defense, but the slippers are warmer. All the boots have the same defense. Yeah, Stardrop, it's the case from Ultima 7 Part 1 as well, that all boots just have the same armor value. So magic items, like magic boots, are the same as leather boots. You may as well wear swamp boots. Hi, I'm here. I don't have headphones on, not feeling crash hot after my iron infusion, but I'm here, Loki. Empress Vel is on hiatus at the moment, but later on, she might start streaming again soon, and you should watch her. You don't have to hear all the shit-talking James is doing, Vel. So let's see. Who else do we need to talk to? Craig, the provisioner. He knows things about our items. Oh, and Celia, the furry. Glad to see thee again, knight. What may I do for thee? This fur cap that I found. Fur cap thou hast described is from the northern forest, but it is too fancy for any woman from this part of the world. In truth, it doth remind me of a piece of work I created for Frigidazi, a mage in the city of Moonshade. Yes, that must be it. There's nothing wrong with being furrier. I am the furrier, tenor and tailor of Monitor. They do good work. It is my duty to make cloaks from the animals slain by our valiant knights. If one would travel far north, it is exactly the sort of thing one should wear. I skin the carcasses myself. How delightful. Other pelts I obtain from the northern trappers. They supply exotic furs which are rare here in Monitor, especially guani pelts. Oh, what's a guani pelt? Hast thou not heard stories of these creatures? They are terrible, ferocious, savage creatures. They live in the snowlands of the far north, where the goblins sometimes go to war on them. It is exceedingly rare for the goblins to slay a guani, but when they do, their chieftain immediately lays claim to the carcass. Only the toughest goblin chiefs wear the Gwani cloak, and only the toughest knights can slay such a fearsome goblin. Wow. Yeah, these Gwani sound terrifying. We'll have to be prepared if we ever meet them in battle. There you are, Craig. Hi. Hello again, knight. Got another option about Luther. But is that just that he hates him? I'm not a comrade of him. Information, please. Someone hath sent thee to me, eh? Well, I shall try to be of help to thee. What dost thou inquire about? This pumice stone. I recognize the description. What do you mean description? I've got it in Shimeno's bag. Such rocks come from the depths of the earth, where lava flows free and deadly gases abound. Stendarr the blacksmith hath been to places such as these. On his quests of courage, thou mightest acquire more information from him. And these slippers? The nearest place where decorative footwear like that would be worn is Sleeping Bull. Excellent, we want to go there anyway. Certainly no one in Monitor would be caught dead wearing them. Very well. No, that's about it. Thanks, bye. We do still have those quest items, right? Yeah. Stockings. The comb we could probably ditch, because it's probably one of the items that we got from the Goblin Camp. It's just, you know, we don't know exactly what. And Ruddy Rock, Glowing Alchemist Apparatus. I think that was Porthos's. The floor is lava, yes. We'll get to that soon enough. So is Stendarr at his job now? No, that's just some random pikeman. I mean, could I maybe pick these chests open? Oh, we ran out of lockpicks. Maybe we could go buy some, actually. Yo, Craig, do you sell lockpicks for normal, legal activities? I sell many things that a warrior would require while traveling outside the city. I also buy a few goods that I need. Dost thou wish to buy or sell? Buy? Supplies? Kidney belt, backpack, shovel, torch, bedroll, pick, jerky, hardtack. Now, if I say pick, are you going to give me, like, a pickaxe or a lockpick? I can sell thee a fine pick for 60 monetary that will not break even upon the hardest stone. Dost thou find the price agreeable? No. Dost thou desire another purchase? No. Alright, bye. What about just kind of swiping that chainmail? I think he's after me. Yeah, he's after me. Oh, lots of pikemen are after us. Cease and desist immediately, ruffian. Wilt thou come quietly? No. An unfortunate decision, my friend. I think we can take him. That other pikeman's just decided to stop moving. We can't talk to that guy. But okay, that's profitable. Yay, monetary. I mean, I was considering maybe reloading if I'd accidentally been caught stealing, but on the other hand, this gets us lots of stuff. I know someone was in need of leggings. And was someone wearing a leather hat? No. Okay, we're good for hats. Cash. Food. Yellow. Could have taken your shield out, man. You still have it? Yeah. It's interesting that he chooses the blowgun over the magical axe. I think in theory that the AI is supposed to pull out like whatever's the best weapon, which is why the avatar pulled out her wand of fireballs here. Hang on. Locked chest, that's probably not going to be anything we can do about. Anything about? No. Put that away. Can you pick it up? Yes. Put it down. Another halberd. Or chain leggings. Okay, so when I was looting it, someone picked up the chainmail. No, that's right. It wasn't gonna. It was too heavy or something stupid like that. Wasn't there a body there? I think we might have scrolled it off screen and it vanished. No, that's fine then. We need to pick up these things. These bodies. Let's do it the old-fashioned way of dragging them around. Wow, that pikeman's still following us. Like, he's not attacking us, but he's following us. Is he part of our party now? Oh, okay. Craig is attacking us. I don't want that. Yeah, I don't want to start a fight with the whole town. Sorry. There's plenty of opportunity for us to murder pikemen later on. The party grows. Yeah, why don't we just march this army up on wherever Batlin's doing his things? Okay. Never mind that small distraction when I temporarily got blinded by greed. We'll just move on. In terms of the items, I think we've now got all of the directions we need, right? Where's your bag of stuff? We talked about the fur cap, we talked about the slippers, rocks, pumice stones. Oh, Stendar, yes. So Stendar's going to tell us that the pumice stone would be from a dungeon called Furnace. It's very hot and kind of inhospitable. Did you get burst arrows at the goblin camp? Yes. Pretty sure we did. Which is unusual for goblins to own, so maybe that's one of our swapped items. Yes, the odd hairbrush. Okay, Stendar's not at training. Hello, puppy. Where did the puppy go? Where can we find Stendar? Is he at work now? He is. What dost thou wish of me, knight? Your quests of courage. We knights on occasion go to what we call quests of courage. Many times they involve going into the woods on goblin raids. Hello, kitty. How's the cat cam going? Good. Other times they involve entering the depths of a dungeon called Furnace. That place is filled with a withering heat, and many monsters live there. Recently, a knight and good friend of ours named Pendar went on a quest to Furnace in search of a treasure of which he had heard rumours. He has not returned, and we worry about him and wonder if we shall ever see him again. Perhaps he is spending his treasure. Ha! Right. Cool. Pendar. Furnace. So, let's run back home and gather up whatever we want to bring to Sleeping Bull. There's various gems that we've got. More gems. Like, I feel like I should just let someone else carry the food around. But in this chapter of Ultima 7, it's, you know, quite common to lose your allies. Yes, so we want to bring along the Filari and the Monetari. And I think you can sell jewelry, so let's bring it. Who knows? Maybe we can sell it. And, like, we can't drag all of our funds around with us all over the place. So we'll leave that there for now. Before we depart the mainland, we can remember to come back here for it. Alright, to the Sleeping Bull. Let's see what we get. Oh, fur boots. Don't mind if I do, actually. Hello. How about you take some of these nice fur boots? Ah, 2 leather chest pieces. I probably left that there on the side of the road, so I would drag it back to Monitor for selling. Here we are, the Inn of the Sleeping Bull. It's a very large building with a bunch of NPCs in it. And, oh look, there's a guest book we can sign. We can see who else has been here. The Sleeping Bull, register. Rodolfo of Moonshade, Nackerly of Thorn, Insorcio of Moonshade, Rishar of Monitor, Batlin of Thorn, Palos, manservant of Batlin, Rodolfo of Moonshade, Rishar of Monitor. Hi, who are you? Ah, welcome to the Sleeping Bull, noble lady. I am Birin, a gleeman, or minstrel, if thou wilt. I know several tales or tunes that might stir thy brave heart. Really. For those with an adventurous spirit, I can tell thee of the northern savages. For those who wish to hear of a lost civilization, I can tell thee of the people who left the ruins on this continent. For those who would hear a tale of bitter bravery, I can tell thee of the lost king. Tell me about this lost culture. Long ago, before any of the cities thou knowest today were built, there was a race of man who worshipped 3 great elemental serpents. Some followed one of fire, others followed one of ice, and still others followed one of earth. As only the Serpent of Earth could withstand both the fire and the ice of the other serpents, it possessed the most power. The fire and ice serpents were violently opposed to each other, but were held in check by the Serpent of Earth. Then the Serpent of Earth lost power. The fire and ice serpents warred for supremacy. When the battle ended, it mattered not which serpent had won, for the land was destroyed and all of the worshippers lay dead. What a lovely story. We'll listen to your other tales another time. So yeah, the Serpent, the Sleeping Bull, it's an inn and has 2 levels on it, filled with lots of rooms. We can rent a room here, of course. Who are you? I'm not in trouble, am I? I did not do anything. My name's Cain. I be a sheep herder. I am waiting for passage to Moonshade, if thou pleasest. You're waiting for passage? I was told by Mistress Devra that I could buy passage with Captain Hawke to Moonshade. But when Captain came to the dock, he swore that he'd not go out in these storms again. I do not blame him, to tell the honest truth, my lady. But I do wish there was some way for me to talk to the mages there. Mistress Devra? Who is she? Oh, she a nice lady, my lady. Mistress Devra helped me to count my money when I came. She put part of it in a little sack and told me that I was to give it to Captain Hawke to buy passage. And when she counted the rest, I could not afford to stay here until the captain decided it was safe to sail. But she said that if I helped by chopping wood and such, I could stay as a servant, like. That was terrible kind of her. Yeah, sounds very kind. And who is this Captain Hawke? Captain Hawke sails the Arabella. That's the ship at the dock out there always. He was staying here until he got in a fight, and the pikemen took him away. Thou art not here to take me too, art thou? I didn't fight, honest. I hid on the table when Captain Hawke and Master Flindo started shouting at one another. Who's Flindo? Master Flindo's a merchant of some sort, I think. He's not very nice. All he doth do is complain about Captain Hawke not wanting to sail to Moonshade. He says that Captain Hawke only wants more money, but the captain refused all of his offers of more money. I think the captain doth not want to just put any of us in danger is all. And Master Flindo was not very happy when the pikemen took Captain Hawke away. Who are these pikemen? Begging thy pardon, my lady, I don't mean any disrespect. Master Flindo came in with several pikemen and said something to Captain Hawke that I didn't hear. Then the 2 of them began yelling and, well, then someone began swinging. I did not see who, being under the table and all. Someone clouted Captain Hawke pretty hard, and then the pikemen were dragging him away. Master Argus shouted at them to leave him be, but, thy pardon, they told him to mind his own innkeeping and nothing else. Master Argus was mighty angry, and was for going after them, but Mistress Devra stopped him. He said words I ain't never heard before. Who's Argus? Ain't he big and strong, though? I'll wager he could lift even more than my brother. And Edrin can lift 2 full-grown ewes all by himself. I can tell that Master Argus is, or was, a pikeman. He doth have those marks on his face. But I do not understand why those other fellows treated him like they did. Perhaps they were angry at him for talking like that in front of his mother. And I guess... storms? What's your insight on this? Enough to make a man's blood turn to ice, my lady. Why, one moment Edrin was not more than 5 paces from me, and then he weren't nowhere to be found. Of course, it took a minute or 2 for mine eyes to clear and mine ears to cease ringing after that lightning strike. But I went searching right away, and I couldn't find hide nor hair of him. Who's Edrin? Edrin is mine older brother, my lady. We were herding the sheep into the pen one night, when one of these strange storms hit out a clear sky. I looked and looked and looked, but ain't no one seen him. All I found was this here parrot, which I brought along for the company to Moonshade. I've been searching for Edrin a little over a day, I suppose, when I found this here parrot sitting under a tree, all pitiful like. Well now, I was also lonesome, so I asked the bird what it was doing out here in the forest instead of home in a cage. Like to leapt out of my skin when the thing croaked, "Ale." But Captain Hawke said that's the way of such birds. Still and all, I think ale, 'tis his name now, is smarter than some of the folks I know, and he doth have a powerful fondness for ale. I hope Edrin will allow me to keep ale. After all, he doth have his crystal, and I do not have nothing. What crystal? When I was not very old, Dar took Edrin to Moonshade with him. I remember I cried and cried, but Mother said I was too young to go. She promised I'd be allowed to go the next time. Only there wasn't a next time, because Dar died that fall, and Edrin and I have been too busy with the sheep to go since then. But sometimes, when I was scared at night, Edrin would let him hold the crystal until I fell asleep. And I never had any dreams then. Who would have thought I'd travel all alone to Moonshade like this one day? Yeah, alright, that's enough. Good luck, Kane. Hello, Ale. What? Moonshadians all seem to have Italian names. Are Moonshadians Italian? I don't think so. I mean, like Frigidazi, Columna. I don't know if that's Italian. Who else? Pothos. I think it's just, you know, it's fantasy stuff. They'll borrow a bit from some languages and things like that. So who else can we talk to? Hello. Greetings, fellow pikemen. Coming out of them strange storms and the rest of it. This be the Inn of the Sleeping Bull, and I be Argus, the innkeeper. 'Tis an uncommon name, to be sure. It doth have something to do with the village that was once here. According to family tales, this land once belonged to a mage who hated all people. I can relate. This mage created a huge stone bull to kill trespassers on his land. It was the bull's defeat that gave the village his name, and in turn became the name of the inn itself. One day the mage heard a local noble's son claim that he could defeat the bull. The mage told the boy he was welcome to try, but death would be the reward of failure. When the boy asked what would reward his success, the mage wagered his land. That night the boy stole the ring from the bull's nose, turning it back to inanimate stone. The village was named after the huge stone bull that once stood in the center of the market square. I do not know what happened to the bull, if ever there was one, for I searched for it as a lad and never found it. Alright, yeah, bye. Who are you? Are you Flindo? Yes, the name is Flindo. I own a provisioning shop in Moonshade and have many important connections there. So, art thou another strained victim of Hawk and his childish fear of storms? Or art thou here to investigate the curious disappearance of Mistress Devra's good husband? None of those, actually. That bag of wind calls himself a sailor. Ha! Now, I am asking thee, what manner of captain would strand me and poor dumb Kane, paying passengers, mind thee, here in this little backwater inn because of some storm? So I went to the pikemen. You went to the pikemen. Everyone knows that the pikemen guard the roads and towns, milady. They are noted for their honesty. Topo, that means mouse, I know. Google Translate says Ducio means dude. The dude. I thought perhaps that they could persuade Hawk to abandon his ploy for more money and sail for Moonshade as he should. I made an appropriately large donation to their coffers, but I did not expect them to waylay Hawk to rot in some jail cell. I suppose that is what comes of not knowing the difference between leopards, bears, and wolves. Leopards. I know not what any non-Monitorian knows, milady. The leopards are one of the 3 commands of Monitor. They control the tower nearest Monitor itself. I know that they share the rule of Monitor. Bears? I know little about them, milady. The bears are one of the 3 commands of Monitor. They control the tower near Fawn, where their natural aggressiveness can be put to use against the goblins. And wolves? Not being from Monitor, I'm afraid I'm woefully uninformed, milady. The wolves are one of the 3 commands of Monitor. They control the tower near here, a sleeping bull. Wolves are regarded as the friendliest of all the commands. And, let's see, the curious disappearance of that guy. It occurred immediately after I arrived here. I recall that one morning Mistress Devereux was beside herself with worry because Angus was nowhere to be found. I told her not to worry herself too much, as sometimes a man will feel too constricted at home and need to wander for a bit. But she would not be dissuaded and sent for Argus. Argus is Mistress Devereux's oldest son, my lady. He inherited more than a little bit of his father's temper, and always dreamed of being a fighter. It was no surprise when he travelled to Monitor to become a pikeman. Not all good came of it, however. He found himself some trouble down there, so I've heard. And there has been bad blood between him and Wilfred ever since he left here. Who is Wilfred? I've heard of that one before. Wilfred is Argus's younger brother. After Argus left, Angus raised Wilfred very strictly, so Wilfred held Argus in no great esteem. Wilfred was always a willful, snobbish sort of child. In my own opinion, he needed to have his head knocked at a time or two to deflate that ego of his. Angus was stricken when Wilfred left to become a knight. What trouble? If thou dost not want to answer to Argus's steel, my lady, thou shouldst not mention this to him. Seems that Argus' temper found him in a duel with a boy from another command. Argus killed the boy, apparently without giving him any quarter. Sad business for a fighter. And Angus is the husband that's gone missing? Angus was a big man. I can't see how any harm could befall him without alerting the whole inn. I think perhaps he took a notion to leave and go adventuring. He had a strange sense of humour and a powerful temper. Who knows? Mayhaps he hath become angry at Mistress Devereux and walked away. And Devereux? Mistress Devereux is a sweet-natured lady, too good-hearted to be an innkeeper sometimes. I had recently become making the trips with my father when Donal hired her to do the cooking. That was before she married Angus. Poor woman, first Theron and then her husband. I'm sorry, who is Theron? There's a lot of people to keep track of here. Theron was a worker here. Mistress Devereux took him in and gave him work and a place to stay. He was not very bright. Like I said, sometimes Mistress Devereux is too kind for her own good. Anyway, Theron was caught in one of those storms, and no one has been able to find him since. Okay, so what sort of connections do you have in Moonshade? Maybe something I can take advantage of? Although I am not a mage, I am an influential man in Moonshade, because my shop provides the staples of life to that secluded island. Why, I even know the Mage Lord's mistress. If we ever leave this forsaken inn, my lady, perhaps I can obtain thee an audience with the Mage Lord himself. He trusts me implicitly. Ask me again when we arrive. And thou mayest find that some of the mages here are very reclusive, and will not speak to thee without proper introduction. Who's the Mage Lord's mistress, then? Oh, yes, Filbertio is quite a ladies' man, and what woman would not jump at the opportunity to win the Mage Lord's favour? For now, Frigidazi holds the Mage Lord's eye, and from what I have seen, Filbertio seems to have found a way to thaw the charms of that cold mage. Ask me about it again if we ever sail to Moonshade. I shall relish telling thee more then. But for now, it only makes me angrier with Hawk for stranding me here. Cool. That's enough from you, I think. Ever. Let's play darts. Take care. It was a wild throw. Excellent shot. That's Selena. We'll talk to her later. Who's that upstairs? Oh, that's Kane. Mistress Devereux is here. Where'd she go? Welcome to the Sleeping Bull, my lady. Enter before we suffer another storm. I'm Devereux. My son, Argus, and I are running the inn since Angus disappeared. How bad's the storm, then? I've lived here since before I was married, and I've never seen anything like these mage-born storms. Why, one caught old man Jotham in his field and changed his plough horse into a goat in front of his eyes. But Jotham was lucky. It was only his horse. We never did find what happened to Theron. Disappeared? Thou dost seem like an honest, hard-working person. Perhaps thou can help me to discover what happened to Angus. 'Tis a right mystery. He disappeared, and then my slippers disappeared. Now I've got no husband and a pair of old smelly boots. Boots? I have these slippers. They were hanging on the line to dry when one of those storms hit. When I went out to gather the wash later, there were these huge boots hanging there where my slippers had been. I'd gladly give these things away if only I had my slippers back. Avatar, those look like thy swamp boots. If thou hast my slippers, milady, I would gladly trade thee for these boots for them. I have no great fondness for them, other than to keep my feet dry. Here are thy boots, then, and I thank thee for my slippers. What mystery? On the night Angus disappeared, I'd gone to bed and Angus had remained to sweep. If thou dost ask me, though, he stayed up to keep an eye on that strange mage that was staying here. I was stirred from a sound sleep by the sound of voices downstairs in the cellar. After I heard a crash, I went down to look, but I did not see anyone. Nice work, thank you. I thought the mage's companion might have tried to slip down to have another drink for free, and thought no more of it until the morning. Oh, strange mage, you say? He was a rather portly man, if I remembered rightly. He had been here once before. I cannot seem to recall what his name was. He was not the talkative sort, at least not for me. Thou couldst ask Ensorcio, they talked quite a lot. Or, I know, thou canst look in the registry. 'Tis on the bar. Batlin. And the mage's companion? I did not know his name either. He never spoke to anyone other than the mage that I know of. He always walked about with his hood raised, as if he were cold or something. He gave me the shivers. Is there anything fun in your cellar? Aye, the cellar. We'd had a lout or two think that they could slip down and take a bottle or two on the sly. But Angus has always seemed to know when they tried it. Threw them out with a few bruises for their trouble. 'Tis why I didn't worry till morn, when I found everything in disarray and Angus gone. The casks and barrels were scattered all over the floor down there. Looked like there may have been a fight, but I did not see any blood. Took the rest of the day to put all back in order down there and make sure that nothing was missing. I waited a week or so before I sent word to Wilfred and Argus about their father not returning. So I've always wondered if there's something down there in the cellar of the Sleeping Bull that Batlin was specifically interested about. But like I've been down there a few times and haven't really been able to confirm that there is anything. I even remember casting stuff like Columna's Intuition, and I found there was an egg to do something, but never really figured out what. Let's see. Shivers. Hast thou ever been in a sick room, milady? A sick room where someone is about to die? There's a tension in the air, a stillness, and it always seemed to hover around that mage's large companion. He was probably the one that stole whatever it was from Ensorcio that night, too. Oh, what got stolen? I remember that Ensorcio came storming in that morning, much earlier than usual, ranting about something being missing. I'll admit that I was a bit short with him, milady. After all, I had to put these barrels back myself, what with Angus gone and all. And that high and mighty mage never offered me to lift a finger for anything more than another mug of ale. So Ensorcio. Thou'st not met the great Ensorcio yet? Count thy blessings. Ensorcio is the smouldering black cloud that sits here day after day, drinking himself into a fit. I think I know what Batlin was looking for, maybe. Are we allowed to talk spoilers? Yeah, sure, why not? Because I know that he got the Order Blackrock Serpent from the Artisan in Monitor, because that got swapped when we arrived. Or No, that's right. The artisan had the Order Serpent in his family for a long time. And so that's the one he'd got. Silverpate had one too. Right, the pirate. So that would have to be the Order Serpent, though. Yeah. Anyway, I was hoping that it was like a secret passage or something. But we're just kind of following in Batlin's footsteps here and pursuing him, trying to puzzle out what he's been doing. All he does is glower about those fools in Moonshade threw him out, and how he'll avenge himself. Fools in Moonshade? Impossible. Insorcio is an exiled mage. Who doth know what he did? I am too afraid to ask. If he was thrown out by that lot, thou canst wager that it could not have been good. Though Angus did not trust mages, he allowed Insorcio to stay. Angus said that a mage had to have a clear head to cast spells, and we should worry if Insorcio ever sobered. Cool. Let's talk about exchanging money. Barter coins, I ask for a small fee of the money exchanged. Dost thou accept? Yeah. What coinage dost thou desire? Give me monetary. What dost thou care to exchange for monetary? I have... Oh yeah, jewellery. Nice. I can give thee 100 monetary for any piece of jewellery thou hast. To find the rate acceptable? Yes. How many pieces of jewellery? I've got 4. Remember having 4? Okay. Very well. I'll take thy 4 pieces of jewellery and give thee 400 monetary, subtracting my charge of 8 monetary for a final sum of 392. Is done. Yes. I desire... I mean, I could stock up on guilders. No, we'll do more monetary for now. We've got these gold nuggets. Yes. All the gold nuggets. Yes. Okay, so we've just got Filari and Guilders and Monetary and gold coins now. Let's turn them into Guilders, because we do want to go to Moonshade next. Yes, how many Guilders would thou like to... No, I want to take my Filari and turn them into Guilders. What coinage dost thou desire? Right, Guilders. Exchange 4 Guilders. Oh, right, we've got the gems as well. Yes. 75 Guilders. Yes. All the gems. 1,950 Guilders. Not bad. Thou art so encumbered. Let me give some of this to thy friends. No, they're not allowed to hold the money. I'll help carry it. No, Iolo. Bad Iolo. 'Tis done. Dost thou care to exchange more coins? Yes. More Guilders. Some Filari. Yes. I mean, I think technically, if we kept our money in Filari, it's the most valuable coin, and it would be more compact. But I'm really not going to spend much Filari in this game. I think we're done for now. Bye. And yay, I've got my swamp boots. And as discussed, they are basically the same as magic boots. So we could give the swamp boots to... hang on. Give magic boots to Shimino and swamp boots to me. Very stylish. Oh, look at nice shiny glowing currency. The mage is definitely a jerk. Nice hair though. I can tell he takes care of it. Yeah, I mean, in theory, we could have probably kept our money in jewelry and gems, and it would be even lighter. Because each stack of these 100 guilders weighs 1. And the gems were definitely lighter. But the other person who exchanges stuff on Moonshade takes a bigger cut, as I recall. Mistress Devra is the person to go to when exchanging money, because she takes the smallest amount of percentage. But hey, I mean, we've got companions. They can carry the extra load around for a bit. Oh yes, I'm going to be buying so many spells with this stuff. Yeah, basically monetary for training, and then guilders for all the spells I want. Gold coins, I think we don't really need to spend gold coins anywhere, do we? Except when we go back in time to the Silver Seed. And maybe Sleeping Bull also does stuff in gold coins. Yeah. Okay, sort that out later. So, Mistress Devra, we've talked to her. Look down here in the cellar. See, there's a mysterious cat statue here, and I always theorized that it had something to do with the Cat Island. But I've since learned that there's actually like a different way to get to Cat Island, so I guess this wasn't it. And that's interesting. A big metal sliding door. Din 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 incinerate. Hello. How are you? Is it not dinner time? That's not a lever, is it? No. Sometimes they like to hide levers. And, nope, that's too heavy as well. Anything good down here? We've got some cloth we could turn into bandages if we ever found some shears. It's past dinner time. Right. Let's get back upstairs, and I guess we'll talk to the remaining people. But it seems like our quest here is... there's the dock. And here's Captain Hawk's ship. And we want to charter this ship to Moonshade. But there's the small problem of the captain being in jail. Okay, so that's Flindo. That's what's his face. There's the Glee Man. There's Argus. Where's Insorcio today? Is he in his room? It's Selena. We can talk to Selena. "'Tis a pleasure to meet thee, my lady. I am Selena. It is so wonderful that a woman such as thyself have come to our land." Come to our land? That's an interesting turn of phrase. Surely we're all of the same land here. Like, I'm not some stranger from another land. Just take the darn ship. If only we could. I like how when you double-click on the cloth, your companions are like, "That's gorgeous cloth. You know what you should do with it? Cut it up and soak it in blood." Yes. Ooh, creepy lady, get away, get away. Yeah, it's odd. It's like she knows that we're the Avatar and we're not from around here. What do you mean, teach us? In Monitor, women may be warriors, but at the cost of their femininity. In Fawn, women are valued for their beauty, at the cost of their independence and intelligence. And in Moonshade, women may be mages, but the true power lies in the hands of men. So thou seest, thou art brave, intelligent, and beautiful. Thou art not one nor the other. Thou art all these things at once. Do you know who's lost this ring? An engagement ring. Congratulations, Poggers! Who's the lucky man? Or woman, or NB, you never know. But, yes. Indeed, young lady. Forgive me, Poggers. I made an assumption before examining the ring. I should have realized 'tis what is not thine. See how crude the tracery is, and how ill the stones fit. It is clearly an unacceptable piece of inferior quality. It looks like it may have come from one of the lesser artisans in Moonshade. Moonshade is east of here, on another island. They are ruled by adepts, but shun normal people as below their notice. Each mage doth have his or her own version of reality to such an extent that thou shouldst sift everything they say for a kernel of truth. I sometimes wish the mages could find themselves on the decks of Fawn's fishing fleet and work for an honest living just for a few days. Maybe then they'd learn who the important people truly are. Have you seen this fur cap before? How cute! But dost thou not think it is a bit warm here for a fur cap? And I don't know, but it seems a bit small for thee. This game was made in the early 1990s, so it made up to today's standards. Well, yes, 1993 to be precise. And it's fine, because these are characters. So the characters in this story can have outdated notions. It doesn't mean that the game endorses that. And besides, the game is quite clear that it endorses some people in the game to be player sexual, shall I put it. So let's see. Stoneheart. I don't know why that's a conversation option I have, but Stoneheart. I don't know about rocks, Poggers. Put it away, please. Thou shouldst find someone else to ask. And, what do you think about Monitor? Monitor is just south of here. It is controlled by pikemen who place fighting prowess above all else. Few there value beauty, and even fewer possess intelligence. They would do well with a dose of humility. And what do you think about Fawn? Fawn is northwest of here. They have a woman for a ruler, but she rules in name alone. The great captains and money control the city in truth, and give lip service to beauty only when it's convenient. It would serve them right if the women revolted and went to Monitor to learn how to fight. What do you think about the pikemen? If the only pikemen I had ever had the pleasure of encountering were thou and Argus, I would say differently. But many of the pikemen I have seen are vain braggarts who delight in bullying anyone weaker than they are. Their idea of honour is bought cheaply in ransom and tolls on the travellers they are sworn to protect. I'm sorry, Poggers, but I think the pikemen are, on the whole, contemptible. Someone else? Thou couldst ask a scholar or some such, perhaps even a mage might be able to help. I don't know. Bye. Till we meet again. Like right now. So, we meet again, Poggers. It seems we are fated together. I'm glad thou art returned. Thou still hast much to teach us. What an odd way to say things. What teach? Okay, we talked about that. Alright, bye. Say what you will about Fawn, but they're impressive engineers. Yeah. I mean, they could have built their place not on the water, but they went ahead and did it anyway. Where is Insorcio? Does he only show up at certain times of day? I would imagine that's the case. Let's play track number 3. I think the pikemen are, on the whole, contemptible. Did she just say APAB? She certainly did, and she's not wrong. Is someone, like, in their room? But it is interesting that all of these bedrooms have big clunky levers in them. I wonder if that has anything to do with the metal door downstairs. I think Consortia might show up after certain events. Yeah, I get the feeling that that's how it worked. Well, we know enough from Flindo. Wait, hang on, is that Mage? There he is. He was just hiding. Well, if it isn't another petty tyrant. Thou mayest as well leave now, pikeman. I have no use for the likes of thee, and thou canst do nothing to avenge the wrongs I have suffered. So leave now before I grow tired of thee, and thou dost feel the wrath of Insorcio the Adept. Ask him what shampoo he uses. Yes, tyrant, and I shall say it in front of Argus too, for all that matters. You pikemen wear your bravery marked on your faces for all to see, and expect the world to tremble at your feet. Thou demandest tribute like a king, but all thou art worthy of is contempt. Thou dost not speak to an ordinary pikeman. This is the Avatar. Thou mayest not judge the Avatar by this mark alone. Do not let him say such things about the Avatar. I see thee draw thyself up. Have I offended thee? And what wilt thou do, pikeman? Drag me to thy jail as thy comrades did drag Hawk? What wrongs? Thou dost not know the half of it. Here I sit, an adept in a wretched hovel, exiled from the practice of the magic that is my life's blood. The council has turned its back on Filbertio's exploits for so long they sought to make me their scapegoat, their public example. The Council of Mages is a handful of adepts meant to keep the Mage Lord from misusing his power. In this case, however, they spend their time making the decisions that the Mage Lord should be making. But, as unto myself, they are content to allow Filbertio to continue his amusements. With luck, he shall be killed by one of his paramours. What kind of things do pikemen want as tribute? Or perhaps I should say donation. Where is the honour in charging even the poorest peasant a ruinous fee to use the only safe road in all the islands? So much for protecting the weak and helping the poor. Example? Filbertio hath hopped from bed to bed throughout the city, using every means of coercion possible. But let it be found that poor Insorcio used magic to catch the favour of an adept's daughter. And suddenly I am an unspeakable monster. Yeah, that's kind of rapey, guy. That's not a good look. Thou canst not know what humiliation is until thou hast been turned out from thy home and told never to return on pain of death. Thou canst not know the burning shame to hear that thy wrongdoing hath been proclaimed to all, to know that wherever thou goest people will say, "Isn't Exorcio that exiled mage from Moonshade?" Whose adept's daughter did you use magic on? Oh no, thou shalt not have her name to drag through the mud alongside Insorcio. Never. I cared enough of her to spend my magics upon her, hoping that she would come to care for me. I'll not have thee blacken her name for all that's been done to me. What sort of coercion? The least that I've heard is blackmail. Who knows to what other means Filbertio will stoop to fulfill his lusts? But I have no details, for I try not to listen to such stories, and they always send me into a near murderous fit. Thou shalt have to seek thine information elsewhere. Alright, what about Hawk? How do we get him out of prison? Hawk is the captain of the Arabella. I'm afraid that Flindo is a bit distressed to hear that the good captain had no intention of risking himself or his ship to take that upstanding merchant back to Moonshade in these damnable storms. So he bought the muscle of the pikemen to persuade Hawk that remaining here would be unhealthy. Moonshade. Moonshade, the city of wonders, and the city of charlatans. Heaven forfend that thou shouldst try something innovative. Character portraits for Flindo and Sorcio and a few other are fans from the Ultima Dragons who won a competition. Seems a bit of a disservice to the fan to make him a sex offender. Yeah. I don't know, actually, Sorcio reminds me a bit of Jim Carrey. You see it? But yeah. It might endanger the incompetent fools led by Filbertio and his trained council of mages. Council mages... storms? Rather showy if thou dost ask me, but rather spectacular results, entirely too random for my tastes, however. Of course, I cannot help wondering which mage is behind them. And I wonder if that double-crossing Batlin has anything to do with them. The storm started after he left here, thou knowest. Batlin, you say? I can see thou knowest of him. Batlin came here some time ago, he and his tame daemon. He seemed to take an interest in my story, and we spent many evenings exchanging arcane lore. Then he left on some errand. When he returned with his other two thugs, Batlin seemed restless. But we continued our discussions as if nothing had changed. I thought he was my friend. What of his daemon? Absolutely huge and ugly. Batlin called him Palos, and the daemon went about meekly hooded and robed as his master commanded. I do admit I was impressed. I could not help but think about the trouble that Rotaluncia was having. Rotaluncia's been trying to tame a daemon? Ever since Filbertio replaced Rotaluncia as his playmate, Rotaluncia has had to find some other interest to occupy her time. And from what I have heard, it seems to be daemons. Perhaps I can hope she doth have designs on revenge. I would be content to think of Filbertio filling a daemon's belly. So I'm sure that she would take quite an interest in that fat mage's pet daemon. I wish I could send her word. Yeah, let's change the subject. As thou dost wish. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Bye. Let's see if we can bust Captain Hawk out of prison, shall we? Since that seems to be what we need to do. If we want to... Well, okay. We'll try and just take the ship. Because, you know, in Ultima 7, we could sail all kinds of ships. Ultima 7 Blackgate. And all you needed was the deed to the ship to be able to do it. But, I mean, here, we can just claim it on behalf of the Avatar and our important Avatar business. We do not own this vessel. Thanks, Iolo, but we don't need to own this vessel. We just need to take it. We do not own this vessel. Uh-huh. Well, why don't you three wait here? Monitor. We must press on, Avatar. Leave. I didn't expect these to have so many dialogue bits. I hesitate to leave thee, but if thou dost insist. I am carrying many items, some of which may be of use to thee. Wouldst thou care to have these back? No. If thou dost change thy mind, thou hast but to return and ask again. I shall attempt to wait for thee here, but if I cannot, where shall we meet? Monitor. Then in emergency I shall find thee at the town hall in Monitor. By... Yellow. Wouldst thou enjoy some idle conversation, my lady, or shall I embrace my lute and provide a musical interlude? Heavens no, please, just leave. Whatever thou dost wish, Avatar. I'm carrying many items, some of which may be of use to you. No. If thou dost change thy mind, I shall attempt to wait for thee here, but if I cannot... Monitor. Then in emergency I shall find thee at the town hall in Monitor. Goodbye. Alright, none of those assholes are here to stop me from stealing this ship now. This vessel doth have an owner, I thought to myself. I mean, I knew it wouldn't work. But we had to try. Join. 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 It's as if my conscience got to me. I don't remember these buildings. Food. Hello, scroll. Oh, it's just a normal scroll, not a magic scroll. I returned home to the Bull as soon as I received Mother's letter. It was not easy to relinquish my command, but Mother needed me, and so here I am. I've examined the grounds and found nothing. Mother says she heard noises from the cellar the night Father disappeared. When I investigated, I found crates overturned, but nothing else. I feel so useless. If only I had something, some shred of evidence indicating what became of Father. Okay, that might be Angus. Okay, let's see. Up here. Poppy seems to be sleeping exceptionally soundly tonight. Yeah, she is. And this is after we spent most of the day in bed and had a bit of a play after dinner time. So here we are. These are the pikemen that are guarding Captain Hawk. Hi. This is the Bull Tower, knave. State thy business or be gone. We have no time for idle chit-chat with goblins about. I'll have you know I am the champion of Monitor. And I demand you release Captain Hawk immediately. So, thou art a friend of that criminal? His ransom is a mere 100 monetari. We also accept other precious items. Okay, I'll pay it. Fine. Dost thou wish to pay Captain Hawk's fine? Yep. I do not believe that a rogue like thyself has the riches to buy Hawk's freedom. What canst thou give us? Like monetary? Yeah? Now that's something we like. How much dost thou have? We've got 1,071 monetary, sir. Shh. Damn it, Firmino. Don't just spurt out, like, exactly how much money we have. We're haggling here. 'Tis not enough. But thou didst say the ransom was 100 monetary. Well, we changed our minds. Now we want 1,300 monetary. They are thieves. Alright, bye. So, it doesn't matter how much money you come up with. They will always ask for more and set the price a little bit higher. But there may be something that's showy enough to catch their eye that we can give them. And also, later on, we can farm these guys for gold. What goblins? Yes, that entire Vaal race is the scourge of all men on the Serpent Isle. Okay. Bye. Goodbye. I think we can take these two. I'd prefer not to use up the charges on my fire wand though, so let's use the Sword of Defense. Are we actually attacking? Ow. Oops. Hi, Carnax. I was busy doing very important Hero of Prophecy stuff. Killing pikemen for money. Gotta go. We've restored life to thy flesh as promised, hero from another world. Now thou must continue thy quest. We know not for certain from where thou wilt continue. Yeah, it's here. For some reason we're stuck on the combat music. I think I know why we failed to defeat the pikeman there. It's because Iolo was holding big fat stacks of cash and didn't have room for his weapon. Shimino at least took his bow out. Dupre took the axe out, but not the shield. Yeah, you can have this pikeman's corpse. That's worth 100 monetari at Renfrey's, exactly. It would be a nice way to intimidate them into giving up the captain. Unfortunately, the one that we defeated down here is now gone. Because that's how stuff works here. Oh, pikeman. There we go. Goodbye. Stop him. That's our pay. Where's he going? Chase after him, please. Great, we're chasing him halfway across Serpentile. Kill him. Wow, that was a bit more effort than I'd planned for. Where is Shimino? Oh hey, this one had a chain armor. That's finally an upgrade for Iolo here. But it's too heavy. Maybe because he's carrying all this stuff. I'll have to sort out inventory stuff later. Yeah, that's fine. Can you hold on to this, Dupre? I hope you can. And where's Shimino? Oh, there you are. You've still got arrows? Good. Oh, wow. Look what happened here. There's a boulder and a skull on one end and some feet on the other. And there's some plate leggings, which are very nice, if a bit heavy. And Shimino could do with those, so why don't we swap them out? Yeah, I'm being a bit petty and just farming that pikeman for gold, and I guess we've also got this leather armor we can pick up. Too heavy, everything is too heavy. We need people to be stronger. I think I'll leave that onion. What was I saying? Yeah, so like this is legitimately how we played back in the day. Me and my sister, we would farm those poor pikemen for money so that we could buy nice things. And like legitimately it's a very good way to get cash in the game. But as we've seen, it doesn't matter how much money you acquire, those greedy pikemen will still ask for more. Craig, take this leather armor. Supplies. Sell. Yes. Leather armor, all of them. 45 monetary for 3 suits of leather armor. It's not much, but it's some money. Nope. And buy. And what was I saying? Yes, so as it turns out, no amount of legal tender will persuade those pikemen to give up the captain. But there is something they will accept. And we can go and do that maybe, and then I'll call it a stream, because I feel my voice is starting to fail. Where's Renfrey? Not in his room. Okay, well, what we can do is we can just stash the body in that chest of drawers there, and we'll cash it in later. I'm sure Renfrey won't mind that there's a pikeman body in his chest of drawers. Alright, we will do the Selena quest line, and then that'll be it, I think. Bodies do not fit in drawers. I beg to differ, Stardrop. Evidently they do. Ultima 7 teaches you things, like what objects can fit inside what other objects. And as I do like to recount occasionally, it was thanks to me playing Ultima 7 The Black Gate that I was able to help my mother back in the day with a crossword puzzle she was doing, wherein the answer was halberd. Whoop, that was close. Yeah, there's a whole actual barn here at the Sleeping Bull Inn, which is quite cool. Oh, hello. That's right, there's this monk hiding out here. My name is Migim. I'm the librarian on Monk Isle. I have been awaiting thine arrival. Librarian? 'Tis my duty to transcribe and care for the prophecies of Zenka. It was I that found the passages that told of thy coming. Well, why are you here? Monk Isle is where the followers of Zenka dwell, Poggers. Only a few believers remain to study and contemplate the mystery of her words. Few are now willing to devote their life to waiting on events that may take centuries to unfold. Faith is not an easy thing. My arrival, then. Yes, Poggers, 'tis written that a hero from another world will come to right the disorder in our land. That is thee. 'Tis also written that the treachery will stalk thy steps at the beginning of thy quest. That is why I am here. Not all Zenka's followers believe that we should take direct action in aiding thee. However, Thoxa and I disagree. Cool, can I get some actual aid then? Magical armor, stuff like that. I must be cautious in aiding thee, milady, but rest assured that I will prompt thee as much as possible. What about Zenka then? She was a very wise woman, milady. She foretold the storms that brought thee to our land, and saw the end of the world. Those who believed in her visions banded together to study her words, so that we might help avert the fate that she foresaw. My passage? Alas, Zenka's writings follow no order and convoluted and vague. We have spent the years since her disappearance trying to decide if some passage hath already happened or if one event will follow another. No, Zenka's right there on Monk Island, it's fine. Does she come back later? I forget. But she is there, like you can talk to her. Zenka was not a young woman, Poggers. After she disappeared from our midst, we found a freshly inked passage that promised her return when the end was near. I always thought that she had discovered some way to ensure that she would live to see her prophecies revealed, though I know not how. She only comes back much later near the end of the game. Huh, I must be misremembering, because I remember just like, oh yeah, monks hanging out with their famous figure of prophecy. End of the world? Within Zenka's holy writings is the passage, When at last the great scales unhinge, the overburdened world shall be torn asunder by the opposing forces. It doesn't even rhyme. I know not, though I would hazard a guess that it refers to the forces of good and evil. The great scales, huh? Could mean anything, boggers. Music scales, map scales, snake scales, or weight scales. What event? The events in the prophecies are wild and connected by no frame that we have been able to discover. Great storms, the containers of hope smashed, love lost, forgiven and restored. We still seek their meanings. What action should we take? I believe that an attempt will be made on thy life soon, Poggers. Perhaps, by being forewarned, thou wilt be able to avoid it. Good to know. I cannot tell thee who to avoid here, Poggers. I arrived here only a few days ago, and have remained in the barn for much of the time. I thought it was wise to attract as little notice as possible. But, now that thou art here, feel assured that I will remain vigilant against anything that would deter thee from thy destiny. And my destiny is what? I am not in power to tell thee more of thy quest that lies before thee. If I were to tell thee, thou mightest be prejudiced by my words, and overlook a crucial event. Scales which can be unhinged and related to opposing forces. Probably snake scales. These monks are bloody geniuses. Alright, so tell me about the expansion pack. It was quite a find, milady. I've been uncovering many small things over the years in the passages beneath the abbey, but this is the first time I have found something as large as a chest. It was a pity that the scroll that accompanied the amulet was so fragile. It was one of the oldest I have yet found. All I was able to make out before it disintegrated was the name of the amulet, and that it was used near the Serpent gates. Perhaps this means that there is more yet to be discovered. I shall certainly continue my search. Don't bother, it's a time travel thingy. Bye. Cool. So, oh hello, a bunch of torches. Oh, I think we're fine for torches at the moment. Bedroll, should we need it? But there's some shears, which are a useful item to have. Yeah, pray you can have them. Thou may have it. Oh no. Am I under arrest? Has a sheep reported my crimes? I mean, Miggin, this isn't your barn either, so why should you care if I'm taking stuff? Locked chest, okay. I think we're out of lockpicks at the moment. But I could swap out these leather gloves for some chainmail gloves. Gauntlets, whatever. Who's aggressive at me now? But yeah, cloth. We can turn cloth into bandages using shears. And then I hope we can just loot the bandage. Yeah, this is fine. Selena. Let's go talk to Selena. Ah, here, that's right, she comes and talks to us. It's a nice little extra detail that you get sometimes in Serpent Isle. It's not just the avatar that always has to be the one to initiate conversations. I have heard that thou art in need of finances, shall we say. I believe that I can be of help. I will simply say that a little birdie told me that thou dost need desperately to sail to Moonshade. Now, with Captain Hawke a prisoner of the Tower Guards, thou must certainly be trying to scrape together a ransom sufficient to sate those greedy ruffians. It is also obvious if one thinks about it just so. Can you help? Not long ago, one of those strange storms took the lighthouse that was up the coast, north and east of here. In its place is a strange building, locked tight and reportedly filled with hideous monsters and great treasure. One I thought of as my beloved found a key on the creature outside of the building. He gave this key to me for certain favors, and promised to meet me here so that we could seek the treasure together. Who is your beloved? He is not here and shows no sign of keeping his word. Men. Frankly, we would do best if we were to rid ourselves of men entirely. What a sisterhood we should make. Uh-huh. And this key. If thou art willing to allow me to join thee, I can lead thee to treasure enough for both of us. I have the key and the instructions, but I am no match for what may lie ahead. Wilt thou join me in seeking the treasure? I mean, hey, yeah, treasure, that sounds great. I knew that thou wouldst be interested. Judging from what I have been told, it would be best if only 2 went. The danger to any more than 2 is great. Wilt thou leave thy companions here for their safety? Yeah, why not? They can just have a drink or 2 at the inn. Wouldn't want them getting harmed. Obviously, just the 2 of us is much, much safer. Thou art a true friend to them, Poggers. Thou canst salve their wounded pride with some of the treasure that we bring back. Here's the key I promised. Onward, I need a drink. Alright, bye gang. I am very, very full on stuff. So what I'll do is I'll just drop my sack full of treasure here, and now I'll be able to carry lots more treasure back. Bye, Dupre. Oh, he'll be fine. Won't you? The sands of time are dwindling. We must hurry. Why don't you join us? With great pride. Bye. See, it's fine, Selena. We can have Dupre and Selena in the party. Damn, Selena. Fishnet stockings. Not bad. And a magic key, yeah. And a magic scroll. What's the scroll of? Columna's intuition. Why don't I hold on to that for the moment? And this key. And is that a ring you've got there? A blink ring. Could I hold that for a second? Do not touch my ring. Oh, how about that? She took it back. Okay, well I guess she can keep using it. Here you go. So, just the 3 of us, off on an adventure. Oh hey, what's that? A locked chest. We can't pull it down, we have to actually build a little bridge to reach up there, a bit like we did in the Knight's Test, so we'll go get it later. Oh, there's where we killed the pikeman. The chain leggings haven't actually gone anywhere, which is interesting. I mean, Selena, you could use a bit more armor than just fishnet stockings. Maybe I'll take those and you can have those. Because you're going to be with us in the party for a long time to come. Definitely want you on the team. You seem like a good, honest sort. And here we have the biggest softlock in the game that you can accidentally stumble into, and I stumbled into back in the day, and it was terrible. And I guess I'll show it off. But here we have a ruined building. And the building is... I mean, it's something manor. What is a soft lock? I would have thought you'd be familiar with the term, Moody. It's where the game allows you to continue playing, but you're now in a state where you can't win the game, generally. So, if you think of Ultima VII Black Gate, if you were to somehow lose Rudium's wand, you would be unable to complete the game. And you might not realize that until much later. I do love the music in here, though. So basically, back in the day, I came in here on Selena's quest, and I found this spooky room where we scared Dupre. And there's these two ghosts in here doing stuff, like making potions and stuff. And as you do, I went and talked to them. And I got this very confusing bit of dialogue. Who dares disturb the restless repose of the Hierophant of Chaos? Wait, I know thee. The void hath whispered to me of thy coming, hero from a distant land. But dost thou dare to hear the answers to thy questions? What? Did not faithful Certhus tell thee of my fate? I was slain on this very spot centuries ago at the hands of the soldiers of order. My spirit hath lingered here. Blah blah blah. Chaos Serpent. I have questions. I know what thou dost seek, hero, and I am opposed to it. Chaos must reign supreme, and not be unequally yoked to order in the prison known as balance. Yet even servitude would be better than the damnation that chaos now endures with its forces driven apart and broken. Listen carefully. I shall give thee mine and aid this one time, but we must be enemies ever afterwards. Damnation. Behold the mystery of balance when order struck down the Serpent of Chaos. So, you know, back in the day I was like, what the hell is this enormous info dump? Change subject. Must we? Very well. Bye. Wait, hero, I can only speak with thee this once. This is important. Dost thou understand all that I have said? Yeah, sure. I disbelieve thee, mortal. Take this scroll. It shall bring our conversation to thy remembrance in thine hour of need. I must confess, Avatar, that there is a mystery about even which I cannot explain. The right cannot succeed without an allied force strong enough to weld the Banes together into the Serpent. It is a greater task to restore than destroy. What Banes? That's weird. Seek the answer to this mystery, or thou shalt not succeed. Now I must go. Many thanks. Chaos Hierophant out. Oh, he was a weird person to talk to. Let's talk to this ghost then. Who dares disturb the restless repose of the Hierophant of Chaos? Bye. Wait, I can speak with this only once. Yeah. I disbelieve thee. Take the scroll. I must confess. Brains together. Greater task to restore. Seek this answer to the blah blah. So we did get a scroll like out of it, I guess. Yeah. It's written in Ophidian writing. Joy. But he's the Chaos Hierophant, and he's not supposed to have his dialogue attached to these two ghosts. And you're supposed to talk to him much later, after talking with the Hierophant of Balance. And we just talked to him before we talked to the Hierophant of Balance. And this means that certain quest flags got set that meant I couldn't talk to the Hierophant of Balance later on about what I needed to, and soft-locked. And it sucked. Yeah, like, I've read elsewhere that this isn't completely screwing you over by talking to him, but I'm pretty sure it is, because, yeah, when I'd done this, it wasn't until days and days of gameplay, like weeks, maybe months of gameplay later, that I got to that late stage of the game and found I couldn't proceed. So it's certainly a very easy way to screw you over. Let's reload. We could at least loot a few potions from here. But maybe we should just avoid the whole area entirely. We'll see what we can grab. There's a weird shiny potion. And is that orange or yellow? I can't tell. Looks yellow. This book is The House of the Unicorn by Gant. There's an underground area full of bodies. Wow. Whoa! Full of skeletons. Wow, it's a good thing that it was just me and Selena here, or we could have been in trouble there. Oh, not more traps. Okay, it's just Selena that got poisoned. Some gems. Come on. Gemstones. Loot them. What's this? Another trap. I think that's cursed us. But it's given us more gems, so don't mind if I do. A pity we didn't take Shamina with us, because he's got all of the torches. I think Dupre might have some torches somewhere in his pack here. Oh, we do have a white potion. That'll work. Much better. Now I can see all of these corpses. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else. Oh wait, hang on. What's this? A black pearl. And a nightshade. That's more spell ingredients that we want. Come on, I thought I saw one here too. I wonder if you can deal with the broken Chaos Hierophant flags by talking to one of the broken Hierophants again when it's the right time. Possibly, yeah. There are two of them. Yeah. Not sure. Huh? Thou shalt not find me such easy prey, mighty Avatar. When thou dost least expect it, thou shalt find me a worthy opponent. Okay, I think Selena there was taking damage from the poison from the trap. And she decided that maybe the Avatar had learned of her treachery. And she's just kind of teleported away. That's not what's supposed to happen. Let's just do this how we're supposed to do it, and I'll loot the Nightshade and treasure chests later, shall we? Okay, Selena, who I totally trust, let's continue on towards the mysterious building that replaced the lighthouse. Here it is. It's a very large building. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's a gold bar inside there. That would be nice. There's a locked door. And there should be a way in here, but there isn't. Been kind of blown away, I guess. Because this building would otherwise be very reminiscent of the Royal Mint. But that's all the way in Britannia. Can't possibly be the Royal Mint. Is this the key that she... No, that's Selena's key. This is the key that she gave us. And does the key also open these chests? No. We just need to lockpick them. Okay, cool. More loot, don't mind if I do. Magic! Oh wow. Headlesses. Now they're goblins. I mean, daemons. So strange. We didn't expect such resistance here. Oh. Okay. Oh, I hope Selena doesn't, like, die from her injuries, because she might decide that I'm her enemy again. Dupre, you've got bandages, don't you? Seems a waste to use them on her, but let's do that. The enemies keep spawning in by the looks of it. Pity I can't see what's going on. The mint is so nice, we've rubbed it twice. What do you mean? I'm a good avatar. I would never rob the royal mint. And there's definitely no VODs to say otherwise. Oops, Cyclopses. Is it still... Okay, there's still stuff out here. Apologize, viewers at home, for it being so dark and difficult to see. Maybe I have a torch I could drop. Rummage through the old inventory. Here. Spent. Is that all of them? No, there's something down here, is there? Again, it's a good thing that it's just me and Selena here to take on all these waves of enemies. Hit it, Avatar. Still more enemies keep showing up. Perhaps we should just run away. Skeletons have a bone to pick with us, huh? I forget if there's actual end to these waves of enemies. Maybe I should just grab a few gold bars and run. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Can't get there. Can I give it to you, Dupre? Bit. I can't lockpick from the inventory menu though. Perhaps I should try those on a locked chest or door, thanks. Can bash it open, yeah, but we may as well just loot with lockpicks. Alright, let's, one more gold bar. Let's get out of here. Selena, this is not what you promised. Oh, hello. Now there's a bunch of armed bandity type people. I really wish I could see you right now. I'll tell you what we can do to help that, though. We have a wand. And we've got a, I think that's a blue potion. Let's put that guy with the let's put that guy with the sword of defense to sleep. And Dupre, you've got stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, we haven't used the potion of light yet. Is there ever an explanation as to all the weird stuff that happens inside the mint? I mean, I guess it's just that it was brought here by a teleport storm, so there's still some weird dimensional goings on. Food. What about hit points? We're okay. We are attacked again. Now that we have the gold, I think that it is time for me to use my blink ring to escape. I shall see thee at the inn. No, we won't. And she teleported in a way that dropped all of her items, which is amusing. Oh, she had a Guani cloak on. How about that? Oh man, the potion ran out. Really, Selena? Yeah. Interesting that she had a Guani cloak. But that means that she's arrived at her destination naked, so it sucks to be her. Yeah, eat shit, people. Gonna ambush me. Oh, wait. Get him. Oh, I hope I didn't scroll the others off the edge. Assuming that they're not permanent. Also, hey, I didn't realize this, but this fire wand doesn't emit light, except when you're shooting it. Right, so it's very dark, but let's see what we can sort through of these bodies. This one had a hammer. This one had a sword of defense. Yoink. This one had a scroll. And a two-handed sword, which might be nice. We can get better. Sword. Alright, so let's see what's on this note. Journey to the mint. Ambush the hero there. Succeed in thy mission, and thou shalt be richly rewarded. There is but one penalty for failure. Death. Remember, the Avatar often travels with accursed companions, and they may be with her. Ignore the companions. Direct thine energies to one goal, the destruction of the Avatar. Destroy this note. Everyone always says destroy this note. No one ever does. No evidence should be left behind thee. Oh, Batlin. I thought it was Selena that wrote the note, but I guess it was just Selena that led me into the trap. Do I want another backpack? You know, they might come in handy later. So just like grab that and this extra armor in it. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright, Dupre, let's go back to the inn where we shall surely meet Selena. And that's been, how long? 3 hours? Pretty big stream for me. My voice is going a little bit. I do have work tomorrow. So we'll get back to the inn and we'll call it, and I'll do inventory management and things off stream. Oh, Stardrop Thistledown has redeemed Bother Cat, so that will be a good way to finish off the stream. We can go say hi to Poppy. We made it. Hello, has anyone seen Selena? So enjoy the musical interlude, blah blah. Join. 'Tis always an adventure to travel with thee, Poggers. I shall be proud to accompany thee. Okay. Shamina. I'm ready to provide whatever aid I can, my lady. Join. Most gratefully. Bye. You haven't been, like, messing around with your stuff, have you? Well, this, but it's going to be too heavy. Yeah, I'll figure that out off camera. Oh, come on, you can put it on the counter there. You're fine-ish. Where's Dupre? Oh, Dupre was with us the whole time. He may find it a little annoying that we brought him and he didn't get to booze it up here at the inn. But he did save us from getting killed, so that's a win. Let me switch over to the poppy cam. Well, let me save first. In the stream. And we'll switch over to the poppy cam. I need to take my meds still. And we'll end the stream. Poppy cam, poppy cam. Right. Bother the cat. This isn't really bothering her, giving her food. You know, well, we did disturb her nap, but I don't think she's too upset to have treats and head pats. I feel there also needs to be a poppy mic. Yeah, I use this app called DroidCam X for the poppy camera, and it gives me a video feed. It might be giving me an audio feed, but it might not be working, or who knows. It's technology, difficult. Thanks for cat break. No worries. I know what the audience really wants here. Me doing retro DOS streams, nah, that's just secondary to the cat cam. Yeah, let's raid out. Who is still on this time? What can we do? Thanks for stream. No worries, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out while we play cool nostalgic games that I would be playing anyway, but you know, like, it's nice to have the company and be able to talk about these nostalgic things from the past. I don't think we disturbed her nap. She seemed to be active before I redeemed. Well, you know, there's different levels of cat snooze. I'm not familiar with this game. Who else could we look at? Wait for adverts to load and everything. Why don't we go Go to Pixel Turkey. She's playing Lemmings from 1991. Pixel Turkey is usually a good choice because she streams a lot, and she's become partner recently due to that like non-stop streaming. So yeah, we'll go say hi. And Lemmings is a classic. You can't go wrong there. What am I typing to? So there's raid call you can use if you want. Feel free to follow the raid, or otherwise you'll see me back here at 7 p.m. Sydney time next week, next Monday. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely week. And yeah, look after yourselves. I will see you next time. Bye. I always like looking in your streams. I love your voice and your voice acting. Oh, thank you so much.